Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Salty Dog Podcast.
Let's get salty!
What's up, guys? I'm Clash, he's Dookie, and we are your Salty Dogs.
Yo, I gotta put these headphones on real quick.
We're so prepared. We're so prepared.
Ready.
I love it. So, oh my God! It's all right. So, welcome to our first ever live stream. It's a day of firsts, actually, because this is my first time hosting the show. Why
That's
am I
right.
doing it live? Because I'm a masochist, I guess. I don't know.
Yes, that's the only reason that I can come up with is that you hate us both.
Right. So, be gentle. It's my first time.
Gross. Hold on, let me turn my light up a little bit.
Okay.
So,
Indeed.
what's going on in the world of Hearthstone right now?
Actually, I haven't heard anything, really. Just kind of same old for, like, the last couple months. Meta's really stale.
Yeah, it's pretty slow. You know, nothing new, nothing major to report on right now.
We're probably going to keep this show really short just because there's really nothing going on.
It's just
Nah, of course, it's on Goro.
Gotcha.
A blast. Oh, we got everybody. Everybody just
got
totally
him good.
got rickrolled by us. So, yeah, we are going to do a little bit of a different show this time because, I mean, we're not going to finish with all the card reviews that we were doing because we talked about it and it's kind of boring. You know, Goro's out now anyway. We're going to kind of just keep the show. We are going to keep the show a little shorter this time. We're just going to go straight to, like, the deck lists. We have a couple Ungoro deck lists that we've been using that we want to show to you today. And then directly after the show, we're just going to keep right on streaming, and we're going to go into some, practice matches either with each other or might just go right on the ladder. So stick around if you have time after the show for that.
Yeah.
Oh, also, I just wanted to mention that every show will be live streamed now, but this is not going to be our normal time slot. If you're, going to be joining the show for every episode, we are going to be streaming on Thursdays at 8 p.m. Eastern Time, and that's 5 Pacific Time.
Yep.
But for now, let's just go right into our homebrew decks.
Something needs fingers?
I hope you like my invention.
Love my new recipe for science!
Alright, so I just realized that your deck list isn't in here.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah, this is perfect. Hold on. You go ahead and start talking about it. I'm going to see if I can fix this.
Okay, well, I'm currently logging into Hearthstone to look at my deck list, but it's making me watch the Year of the Mammoth introduction. So I can't go to my deck right now.
This is so good. Stand
by.
by.
No. Obviously, we knew that this would happen. We would have hiccups on our first
Yeah, absolutely.
on our first live.
I don't know why it's
podcast.
not in there, but
Oh my God, don't make me switch to standard. Are you kidding? All right.
Stand by, everybody. This is...
My collection. Am I logged? Who am I? Am I logged in as me? What?
Did you send it to me? Where did you send it to?
I put it in the drive. I shared it.
Is it called Leroy?
Yes.
No, it's not gonna let me. It's not gonna let me put it in there because we're live. This is great. I'm gonna tell you what's in your deck.
Okay, good.
Okay, here we go. We got Argent Squire, Blessing of Might, Lost in the Jungle, Patches the Pirate, Selfless Hero, South Sea Deckhand, Argent Protector, Primal Fin Champion, 2 Divine Favors, Imp Master, Rallying Blade, Wicker Flame, Blessing of Kings, Light Fused Stegodon, True Silver Champion, Leroy Jenkins, Stand Against Darkness, and Sunkeeper Tarum.
That's right.
You can see it all right there.
I could see it all if I could see it all.
So
I was actually logged into the wrong Blizzard account. I was logged into like
beautiful.
my Scrub account, so that's why I had to watch all that again. So now I'm logging into my account.
I didn't know you had 2 accounts, actually.
Yeah, I made one day because I wanted to see how easy it was for like an experienced player to like rank up. You know, like the difference in like skill with that limited card pool.
Oh, really? How did that go?
I murdered everyone horribly.
Okay.
Yeah, it was amazing.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
So tell us about the deck.
I would love to. I just need to see it. Okay, so it's an aggro paladin with a lot of the usual tricks, but it's got one major difference, and that is Sunkeeper Tarim. There's a lot of stuff in there where the intention is to just make as many tokens as you can. So I've got one Stand Against Darkness in there. It was 2 Imp Masters, I think, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and Imp Master not only like makes extra minions, but it gives you bodies. And the reason I had to choose between Imp Master and Morose. The reason I chose Imp Master is because with Sunkeeper Tarim, it reloads her health. So obviously she's got better survivability than Morose, which is the advantage.
Right.
But she makes 5 imps and then dies. But what's the likelihood of Morose sticking around that long anyway?
Like 0 probably. Maelstrom
Yeah,
Portal's
exactly.
still a thing. So
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So I figure if she's got the better survivability, plus Sunkeeper Tarim reloads her health and puts her back up to 3, she'd be the better choice.
Definitely. No, I actually you played me with this and you threw her out and I was like, what is this arena? But she actually, she's pretty good, for a deck that just needs bodies on the board, which is really what you do need. So
Exactly.
You decided not to try the Quest Paladin, I see, with this deck.
Not with this deck. I tried to do aggro Quest Paladin, and it runs out of cards immediately, and you have nothing. Like you have no resources. You can't survive. You have no value cards. You can't get enough cards in your hand to finish the quest. It just falls flat. That deck has to be a lot slower. And I did put in some of the elements. I put in Primal Fin Champion, but that's just a great card for Paladin.
Yeah.
Because there are a lot of times, and I think I mentioned this last time, but one of the biggest problems you run into with aggro Paladin is needing a body on the board, but just for that finishing blow, but when your opponent has you on such a tight lockdown, no matter what you throw out, it's going to die. And so sometimes your only hope is to just throw out a minion and buff the crap out of it with whatever's in your hand and just pray it lives. But that usually doesn't happen.
Right.
Well, with Primal Fin Champion, you could throw out just this late game fatty, Primal Fin Champion, Might, Kings, whatever you want to throw on it. And if it lives, then, you're probably going to win. And if it dies, at least you get your buffs back and you can throw them on, a charge minion or something, hopefully. So it just gives you like one more shot, some more value out of your buffs.
Yeah, you definitely gave a couple of my decks a good beating with this. So
Yeah. I haven't got to play it too much, but I played a Time Mage. That's what I don't know if that's what they're called, but that is what I want to call them, is the Quest Mage.
Works for me.
Time Mage. I don't know.
Yeah.
So I played a Time Mage this morning and just thrashed them unbelievably hard. So anyway, Lost in the Jungle's in there, and of course you're making Silverhand recruits yourself every now and then, and that's why I have the 1 Light Fuse Stegodon. I don't think that's an effect that you're going to be able to pull off like more than once a game, just because it's so hard to just keep anything on the board. So pulling that off on curve, you might get one chance to do that. What else? I went, light pirates. I went with South Sea Deckhand and of course Patches, because I've got 4 weapons in this deck, and South Sea Deckhand's something you can throw down. You can turn 4 True Silver Champion, turn 5 South Sea Deckhand with Kings, and swing for math I don't want to do right now. But it's a lot. And then of course Sunkeeper Tarim is there to just make a huge, completely imbalanced swing. If it's late game and you manage to get some weenies out, but your opponent's got like a big taunt minion, you drop Sunkeeper Tarim, that big taunt minion now dies to one of your minions, and then you kill them with 3 threes.
Sounds like a good plan. I mean, basically, you just all of your gas is in the first half of the game. If you don't quite make it, if they manage to hold you off, then just kind of over at that point. But I mean, Sunkeeper Tarim does give you a little bit of like that board swing potential.
Yeah,
at the end part of the game.
He's this amazing combination of like both uses of Keeper of Uldaman.
Right.
Where you're just like, oh, I don't know. Do I want to save this to nerf one of their minions, or do I want to make one of my little weenies bigger?
Right.
And he's just like, ¿Por qué no los dos?
Right on. Well, we will be able to show you the deck list a little later when we actually get into the playtime later on. So let me see if my deck is in here. Wow, it is. Perfect. All right.
Nice. I'm proud of you.
Thank you. I'm a pro now. So my deck is unsurprisingly Priest. I love Priest, even though even though it's like usually really hard to get it to work. And I got to admit, when I was putting this together, obviously this is like a Highlander style deck. I guess you'd call it now like either a Kazakis or a Raza deck. But as I was putting these cards in here, I was just like, I don't know if this is even a deck. I'm just like, okay, obviously I'm going for the quest. I like the idea of the Amara quest. I mean, it is really similar to Reno, but I like that it's only in Priest. I feel like Priest has never really shined as the best healing class in the game before. It's usually actually, if it's ever been like a class that was big on healing, it's Paladin with like Ragnaros Lightlord and Forbidden Healing and Lay on Hands. They have all those most powerful heals. But
in classic Control Priest, their gimmick was always more on the control and like mind control and minion control and stuff like that, versus like the healing side of it. So yeah, this is like the first time that's really been a huge component.
Exactly. Yeah. So, like the idea, I wanted to see if I could make it work, and I wanted to really be able to use Kazakis. I was like, obviously, it'd be easy enough to make an Awaken the Makers deck without the Highlander style, but I wanted, like, Kazakis is so powerful, even without brand double activations, that I was like, it would be cool to be the only deck around still using Kazakis. So, let's try it. So, I'll just go down the list first. Awaken the Makers, Crystalline Oracle, Mistress of Mixtures, Northshire Cleric, Potion of Madness, Power Word Shield, Blood Mage Thalnos, Loot Hoarder, Radiant Elemental, Shadow Visions, Shadow Word Pain, Volatile Elemental, Igneous Elemental, Mirage Collar, Shadow Word Death, Tar Creeper, Barnes, Infested Tauren, Kazakis, Shifting Shade, Tortolan Shellraiser, Twilight Summoner, Holy Nova, Raza the Chained, Cairn Bloodhoof, Dragonfire Potion, Herald Volage, Moat Lurker, Blaze Collar, and N'Zoth. So, yeah, obviously I went heavy on the Death Rattle theme. I've got a lot of one-drop cards in here for a, Highlander-style deck, but the meta is, so far as I've seen, is still really fast and really aggro. So I wanted to have all these early game tools to stave off that aggression. Mistress of Mixtures is insane. Gives me a little bit of heal and great board control early. There's a lot of cards in here just for the card draw, because card draw is a little hard to come by on Priest. I have Northshire Cleric, Power Word Shield, Loot Hoarder for that. Shadow Visions is huge in helping this deck work, because there's actually only 6 other spells in the deck other than Shadow Visions, and if you wait until you get a little bit of cycle through your deck, you can usually get it down to where there's only 3, maybe 4 more spells in the deck before you even use Shadow Visions, and you can almost guarantee yourself what you need if you don't have it in your hand already or haven't used it yet. So that has really been helping the deck a lot. Volatile Elemental is actually hilarious to me, because it's so similar to that card that I made for our card challenge last week, which was Unstable Elemental.
Right.
Yeah, because this thing is a 2-mana 1/1, and it death rattles to deal 3 damage to an enemy minion, which is almost exactly what mine did. I mean, mine was a little crazier, but I saw that and I was like, huh.
Yeah.
Obviously, you just got some board wipes, Mirage Collar and Barnes in here just to try to get extra death rattle tokens, because the quest actually does say summon, not play, so those help you. I've finished the quest on nice Barnes rolls several times.
Yep, you did it to me. It was horrible.
Yeah. But I mean, there's so many death rattles in here, you have a really good chance.
Yeah, absolutely.
There's some elementals that are strong just on their own. There's 2 in here that also have death rattle, which is amazing. So I felt like I could put Blaze Caller in the deck and get some pretty reliable activations, and that has been working excellent. It's a little bit of reach endgame if you need to finish them off, but usually you'll end up using it as removal. Which
is Moat Lurker an elemental?
No, he's not, but he is Death Rattle. So Moat Lurker, I feel, is one of the weaker cards in here, especially because resurrecting it with his off is just not that great. He's just a 3/3. But what you can do with him that's a little cute, if you don't need to use it against your enemy's minions, is you can hit something like your Herald Volage, or not Herald Volage, Cairn, or something like your, even just like a Crystalline Oracle, to get that first Death Rattle. Then when Moat Lurker dies, you're going to get your creature back.
Right.
So then you get another Death Rattle and another summon for the quest. So for now, it's still in there. I've actually had
a cool tech card. I think that's neat.
Obviously, then you just you try to play on curve, deal with their board, wipe it a couple times, and then your win condition is off, and setting your health to 40, and they probably just quit.
Yeah.
So
I would.
Yeah. So you did actually.
No, I quit when you silenced my Primal Fin.
True. Yeah.
Dude. Yeah.
I
was
actually
like,
did take Mass Dispel out because there wasn't enough.
Oh.
I thought that the Galvadon quest was going to be like rampant, but then I played a whole bunch of ladder games and didn't see a single one, and it was just kind of a dead card in my hand. So
now Galvadon's gonna roll you.
Right? Yeah, he might. He just might.
Mass Dispel, I don't know. Maybe I don't understand why Mass Dispel is not the best card in the game, but silence all enemy minions. Draw a goddamn card.
I mean, it's a combination
That's
of,
insane.
It's the fact that it's 4 mana.
That's nothing.
I don't know. It really just, you just got to play a few games with it in your deck and just see it in your hand, just, weighing you down.
Yeah.
I understand where you're coming from, but it really does screw you up. And it also, the main reason I took it out was because it was screwing with my Shadow Visions.
Ah.
Yeah. So, I would get that as a Discover instead of, Dragonfire Potion.
Yeah.
And I'm like, no! So, anyway, I will be playing this after the show.
Cool.
But for what's that?
We'll switch it up. We'll play other decks too, because I mean, if we just keep doing this same matchup, it's gonna be stupid.
Oh yeah, no. I mean, if we're just doing practice matches for sure, but I thought we might hit the ladder and see how we do on there too. But
sure, yeah.
We'll just do whatever. But for now, we're just gonna go ahead and skip all the way to our card challenge, so we can go ahead and get to the playthroughs.
Prepare yourself for the ultimate test!
Alright, so first up, we have quite a lengthy submission here from Lenison. We gotta go through, Lenison, you took up 4 slides, man. This is a very in-depth creation here. So I'm just gonna we kind of broke it up into little pieces. So the quest itself is called the Forgotten Cave. You play 6 secrets, which is actually pretty tough, but there's a lot of new cards that have come out that really help you do this, especially the Arcanologist, is that what she's called? I think so. That draws the secret out of your deck, yeah. So you get the Oracle, who's a 5-mana 8/8, like most of the quest rewards are, and you discover a prophecy. So what is a prophecy?
What is a prophecy?
There are only 3 of them, so if you're discovering them, you're always going to get to choose the one that you want. So here's the first one, Prophecy of Destruction. The card itself just kind of has some cool text on there, like flavor text. If you choose this one, it's a 0-mana spell. When you use it, you become Chaos, kind of like the Jiraxxus mechanic. It replaces your hero. So you'll be permanently set at only 11 life, and you replace your opponent's hero power... you replace your opponent's hero with this. Oh my goodness. And they're dead.
Yeah.
I read this wrong. So you actually replace your opponent's hero with Chaos and fill their entire deck with this 1-mana 4/1 card. Death Rattle, give Chaos +1/+1. So for a mage, this is actually really good because you just, for 0 mana, you put them in double fireball range.
Yeah.
Just kill them.
Yeah. Put them at 11.
That one's awesome. The second one is called Prophecy of Time. This one will give you Fighting Spirit, which is kind of, I guess, like an aura effect on the game. You get 20 mana every turn to use, and you draw 2 cards. But you immediately start taking fatigue. So I guess even though you're drawing, you just start fatiguing the turn after you play this like you normally would if you had no more cards.
We've got some lyrics or something.
Yeah, this is another one that has like, I think it's like a poem or lyrics. I'm not sure if Linus you got this from somewhere or wrote it yourself, but it's pretty cool.
I think Linus was trying to drop his mixtape.
That is it, isn't it? This was your secret way of sliding us your fire new mixtape.
Yep.
But this is also incredibly strong. I mean, you have 20 mana to use every turn. I'd take it.
Yeah, that sounds like a way to win.
Yeah. And 2 cards, so you're always going to be able to play whatever you draw. It's pretty epic. And the final prophecy, Prophecy of Light. Yep, here we go. This is track 3, Linus's fire new mixtape.
Oh, yeah.
If you play this one, you get the 0 mana spell Embodiment of Brightness, which restores both players to full health, and all of your characters, just your characters, have a permanent Divine Shield. I guess it says including your hero right there. So every time, the first time you attack the hero or any of minions on your board, there's going to be a Divine Shield in the way.
Every turn.
All of these are absolutely insane.
Oh, yeah,
Very
totally.
cool.
Yeah.
I would play with all of these.
These will kill the people.
They will kill all the people.
I think the weakest one might be the Embodiment of Brightness, just because it heals your opponent.
True.
I mean, you still become pretty OP.
Yeah.
But
yeah, the other ones are almost like guaranteed like kill right after you play it.
Yeah.
So this one, even though it is really strong, you might be right.
Yeah.
All right. So thank you for that submission, Linus, and very cool.
Yeah,
You put
man,
a lot of
thanks.
effort into this. I like it.
So much typing. My
Yeah,
God.
I know. All right. Next up, we have the secret from Dougie, or the quest from Dougie Fresh. It is called Behind Closed Doors. Have at least 4 secrets on your board at any one time. That's incredibly hard. So this better be a really good spell. Oh, it is.
Oh, it is.
So this is kind of like, I guess, the Warlock quest where there's a permanent fixture added to the board called Mystical Vortex that gives you spell damage +7. So
You gonna win.
who needs Ice Lance?
Who needs Iceland?
Who needs
Malagos? Who need you gonna win.
Yeah. I mean, definitely
gonna win
super
fast.
combo-based strategy. You want to, like, pack your deck with, like, Cabal Lackey and, like, Kirin Tor Mage. Like, get all your secrets out in one turn so they can't be popped.
Yeah, it's gonna take crazy timing to, like, make sure you've got all, like, secrets out that all go off from different triggers.
Right.
So that you have the highest chance of, like, there actually being 4 out at once.
Yeah. For sure. I really like this one, though. I mean, it is pretty difficult to pull off to where when your opponent actually manages to do this, I mean, you still feel pretty salty about it, but you're like, well, it's not going to happen every game. All right.
Yeah.
So up next we have a submission from Hailung. This one's called The Temple's Secrets. Play 6 secrets. So they don't have to be on at the same time, but just throughout the whole game. The reward Essence of Knowledge. For the rest of the game, whenever you play a minion, add a random spell of the same cost to your hand and it costs 0. So that is... What do you think about it?
Play 6 secrets. That's enough. I have to, like, read this again. For the rest of the game, when you play a minion, add a random spell of the same cost to your hand. It costs 0.
Yeah.
It's definitely, I mean, obviously a strong effect.
Mm-hmm.
But is it strong enough?
Well, the randomness of it keeps it in check. Playing 6 secrets is probably a little hefty, though, because you're going to have to pack your deck with secrets.
Yeah, that's the tough part, is playing 6 secrets.
Right.
Is it worth... I don't know, it could be, because certain spells are only at certain mana slots, so, you know, you play a 7-mana minion, and you know you're getting a Flame Strike.
Well, Firelands Portal, too.
Or Firelands Portal.
Yeah, I mean, they're both really good spells.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I mean, there's an element of control over it. Whenever you play, like, a specific cost minion, you can play a 6-drop and hope for a Blizzard. I really like the idea regardless. 6 secrets might be a little bit too much, but...
I love the idea. The idea is awesome.
Cool. Yeah, super cool. Actually, I like all of these better than the actual Mage Quest. Which is why I actually posed this challenge in the first place, because I wanted to see how ours stacked up against it. So let's see what you did.
Oh, we're going to look at mine.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we both had kind of the same idea. We wanted it to be based around elementals, because the elemental mage is just a cool idea. I like it a lot. I think it's a lot of fun. But one thing I was noticing when using it was it doesn't have like a great like closer.
Right.
Like if Pyros is your big fatty, like that's not necessarily going to do it because he is a 10/10, but he costs 10 mana and he's vanilla. So, it's totally removable. So anyway, I wanted to make a powerful quest-related, elemental-related finisher. And I decided to go with the whole Midsummer Fire Festival thing from World of Warcraft. So Midsummer Fire Festival, the quest is to summon 6 elementals. This might be OP. That might be too easy. I'm not sure. I'd have to see it in practice. But your reward is Ahun, the Frost Lord, who was the boss from the Fire Festival. And he is a 5-mana 8/8, and he has Battle Cry to cast Blizzard. So he comes out, Blizzard's your opponent's side of the board, and you're sitting pretty.
Seems good.
Yeah. It might be OP. I don't know if 6 elementals is enough, not enough, too many. I don't know.
Yeah, it might be just because elementals are so easy to play. Like you got Firefly and then into a Firefly, and you've already done a quarter of the quest, so it's pretty crazy, or a third even. So I like how what you found here is actually has 6 elementals on it.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
You mean the card art?
Yeah, the card art is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 elementals.
That is true. I don't know if you remember that from WoW, but there was that little pedestal you could put down, and everyone who right-clicked it would turn into like a Draenei that was like on fire and dancing.
Yeah, so you found like art of that? That's cool.
Yeah, I found art of that, and then...
It was all planned. You counted 6 elementals before you made
Totally. Oh, God. Yeah. Premeditated AF.
Well... Turns out that my submission is actually really similar. So.
We both just want elementals to work.
Yeah, we both, it's basically like, Mage didn't get a Kalamos, incentivizing it to play, like, Pyros, and, like, all the elementals that are available. Something that comes down and just does, like, a bomb to your opponent, and really wants you to jam a lot of elementals in your deck. So I went with kind of the same logic here. Mine's called Tidehunter's Invocation. The quest is to freeze 10 characters. So you can freeze their face, you can freeze their minions. 10's a lot. So
I was thinking that sounded like really difficult, but then I remembered Frost Nova, so...
And Blizzard.
So
you're incentivized. Obviously, you got to pack everything that says freeze in the game into this quest deck, and you're incentivized to try to hit like a really big board with Frost Novas and stuff. And your reward is Neptulon the Wrathful. So, Neptulon the Wrathful is a 5-mana 5/5. I kind of nerfed his stats from the normal quest minion a little bit because I think his Battle Cry is pretty insane. It's cast a copy of Frostbolt with random enemy targets for each elemental you played last turn. So, I wanted there to be like an Osrook effect that was actually good, basically, that incentivized you to hold on to all those little fireflies, those little elementals, to just throw them all out in one turn and try to basically OTK your opponent or just totally push them out of the game. They can't recover from this. I mean, the randomization of it kind of balances a little bit because who knows, they could have a huge minion that's poised to kill you and it just doesn't hit it. Or maybe you don't get, like, you get him so late you don't get to throw a whole bunch of elementals out before his activation.
Right.
But if you really do, like, even, like, 3 or 4 Frostbolts is going to completely wreck them. I mean...
Oh, for sure.
Pretty much everything's going to be frozen over there. But, I actually looked up Neptulon a little bit before this, and it turns out that Ahun, his quest reward, is actually in Neptulon's service, because Neptulon is the elemental lord of water. Yeah,
my guy works for your guy. But my guy's an 8/8, and your guy's a 5/5.
Yeah, so I had to use basically the same artwork from the Neptulon that already existed in Shaman, because nobody cares about Neptulon, and there's no concept art of him anywhere. But he doesn't actually have anything to do with Murlocs like they made him in Shaman. He's literally the strongest elemental lord, like stronger than Ragnaros and stuff. So I thought he deserved a card that was a little bit cooler than, just throw some Murlocs in your hand.
I don't know how hard it's going to be to freeze 10 characters. It might be pretty difficult against some decks, but I think Neptulon himself could be an 8/8.
You think so?
I feel like he could be fatter.
Because, yeah, I was just thinking of it. Like, basically, all the Frostbolts are going to open up a completely open board for you unless they have, like, a huge taunt minion or something. Like, there's going to be no trading from their side or anything. So you have, like, almost a free swing after this.
Yeah, but there's no guarantee we were even able to play, like, a decent amount of elementals.
That's true, too.
So, you know, I think he could be... At least, like, if you can't get the elemental synergy with him, at least you get a big body.
Right.
That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
But, yeah, no, I like the idea. It's awesome.
Yeah, thanks, man. Well, actually, that is about it for, like, the core show this time around. Like I said, it's going to be a little bit of a shorter one, because we just want to get to some playing. I think that's what everybody's interested in right now anyway.
Right.
We got a fresh new meta to try to crack, and I haven't had 16 hours to play it yet like I want to.
Right.
So, thank you, everybody, for joining us for our first live stream. A little bit of a shorter show, but we will see you at the normal time next week, Thursday, 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific. And
Awesome.
Stick around if you want to watch some playtesting next.
Stay salty, everyone.
Stay salty.